What's good on, guys? It's Nick, and it's been a while since I made one of these videos. But anyway, this one's gonna be a free course for you guys. How I made $250,000, almost that's like $250,000 in 3 months. And how I did this with just one product. We're gonna be taking through every single step in a second. But before we get started, I really want to just show you guys real fast the proof, because I know a lot of skeptics are gonna be watching this. So yeah, right here, as you guys can see, 250 grand. This was from February 1st to April 30th, February, March, and April, the 3 months. You can see there was a little dip in the very beginning. That's when Facebook and Google suspended my accounts. And I had to really, mainly Google, and I had to really, work them up. And as soon as the accounts came back, you can see instantly we did like $3,400 on February 7th. Then we had a few, $4,000 days, $5,000 days. And since then, it's just been sailing constantly at 2 to 4K days. And yeah, so let me just refresh this for you guys so you know it's not faked or anything. But yeah, it's gonna load up. Always takes a... There you guys go. So yeah, we're gonna get straight into the value now, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so this video is easily the most valuable video on my channel, so I'm gonna try to make this the best possible, and this should alone be enough for you guys to go out there and start making some explosive profits on your stores. And it's gonna go from 0 to 100, so don't worry about it. Close other tabs, complete focus on this video, because this will really take your business to the next level. And I would really suggest you guys take notes. I will be putting a link to the document and all the links used in this video in my description, so you guys can follow along with that. But yeah, let's begin. So how to do 250K in 3 months with one product. So what we're gonna go over in this video is going to be step-by-step information on my product, my website, my marketing, and scaling strategies. All right, we're going to go over every single one of those. We're going to go over the product research strategy, validating the products, and how you can find products that are worth testing in the first place, and how do you scale them. All right, I don't know why this is underlined blue. Okay, it's the right spelling. Hello Google. Anyway, understanding importance of a minimal viable system. This is super important and not talked about much. We'll talk about that in a second. What I really mean by that is that making sure that you're not wasting too much time up front to perfect everything. You don't really need to perfect everything. I'm going to be showing you guys a store which makes around $1 million a month and looks super basic. Yeah, I'll show you guys in a second. And what the marketing strategy involves, what platform, and when and how to use them. So let's begin right away with the brief overview over the product. So how do I find the product, and what's the main deal when I looked at my product, and how do I find my products in general? Because I've been getting this question for a long time now, that hey, what is your marketing, what is your product research strategy? How do you find new products to sell? So this strategy right here is gonna allow you, right after watching this video, you should be able to find a hot selling product, and you will never have that question in your mind again. Alright, so first of all, we have to validate what a hot selling product is like. Alright, we have to first find out what it actually is we were looking for, and that's the only way you're gonna find what you're looking for. You find what you're looking for, right? So the first thing your product needs to do is solve a problem, or must have at least a wow factor. So if you're selling like stuff like socks, you're really not gonna have any kind of wow factor, because when you're appealing to a huge audience of people, and every time you're about to launch a product, in your head, you should be thinking, how is your product going to look in front of 1 million plus potential customers or more? All right. And that's what you want to have these things in mind. And that's when you want to have these 4 things in mind, is that ask yourself, does your product solve a problem? Okay. Or even if you don't even have a product right now. So the product you're going to be looking at in the future, I'm going to be showing you some methods to find products. Every time you look at a product, I want you to go through this little validation funnel, which is going to be must solve a problem or must have wow factor. Okay, must not be sold in stores, or very rarely. If something's sold in stores all the time, like socks or something like that, or maybe like pillows, I'm not really sure how much they're sold, but you get what I mean. It should not be as available, like super easily available, right? And it should also be proven to sell. You can't just go up to somebody and sell them a build printer. And completely no idea who did that. Anyway, must be unique in some way or the other. It can't just be something that you see every day. You don't want to go up to somebody and sell them a fucking water bottle, or sell them some white earphones which look like you bought them for like $2 from AliExpress. But yeah, you guys get what I mean. It should be unique, proven to sell, and you will see get what I mean in a second. So the first thing is, before we validate the products, I want to show you guys how to actually find them, right? So there's pretty easy ways to find them. First of all, you have the Facebook search. So just by going to the Facebook search page and typing in 50% off or buy it now, whatever, and by clicking on the videos tab, you will instantly find so many new products you had no idea about. So you don't want to be working backwards. Most people work backwards. They try to find, like, they try to pick their validations. Like, okay, I want a product which is hot selling. I want to find a product which is proven to sell. And I also want to find a product which is not available in stores. But then when it comes to the product, they have no idea what the product is going to be. And that's why what you want to do is first you want to find the product, and then you want to apply these 4 factors to your product. So right off the bat, as you can see right here, we got on Facebook, we got so many new products all of a sudden, and you can verify if these are working or not if you look at the amount of views they have. So for example, let's look at this product right here. I've been seeing this for a while now. If you look at this product right here, they have a video ad for an animation, sort of a eyebrow precision. I'm not really sure what to call this, but eyebrow trimmer, I guess, yeah. And this is pretty useful, and as you can see, 1.1 million views, and about 3 weeks ago. This is clearly telling you that the ad is working, and people are making a pretty good amount of money from this. And if we look on this link right here, and we can real quick paste this link, just ignore that. We're going to paste this link and add a plus next to it. That's going to show us how many clicks it's getting. And look at this. So they've been getting quite a lot of clicks. They've got 10K clicks from the launch date. But you can see their clicks have gone very low recently. So maybe this ad was working for the first 5 or 6 days, and maybe then they got suspended or something happened. But this really tells you that this ad is winning. Otherwise, it would not be scaled even to the day 2, day 3, day 4. So as you can see, these guys have 10,000 plus clicks, and just like that, now you just found a winning product. Okay. So it's not really that hard when you think about a defined product with Facebook. All you're really doing is typing in the percentage, and look at there. You can just keep cycling through so many different products as you can find here. Most of them are going to be repeated, but sometimes you can find some really interesting products from here. That's the first method. We're going to go over more. Second way is Google Trends. So the reason I like Google Trends so much is once you find a product from AliExpress, this actually works better with AliExpress. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on AliExpress, and we're going to go on a category. Let's just say we want to go for, let's just take jewelry and accessories, right? And we're just going to randomly click search, and you're going to find, let's just say watch men, right? And you found some men's watches right here, and you can see the first and the original method would be just to go on orders and sort by orders and see which one's selling the best, right? And this does work, but what you can also do, a cool little trick, is you can go on Google Trends and compare it. So for example, in the past, we had an LED mask, right? In the past, if you guys know, this product did really well. So at that time, if you found that product from here, you could see that, okay, this thing has insane amounts of orders. You can see there's 7,000 orders. So at this point, you might think, oh, this is a really good product to sell. Nope. If you go on the trends, you want to always make sure that it's not a lower trend. Look, right here, what this is telling you right now is that this trend is dead. So no one's really going to buy the product at this point. You always want to look for an upward trend. Okay, if you're looking at a trend which has already gone down, that's not a good sign. Okay, normally this is what happens usually. Your sales are usually gonna go the way Google is going, and this sounds freaky, I know, but most of the time this is very true. If you see a product trending upwards, you're gonna see a hell of a lot of sales more than if a product has peaked and it's going down again. So for any product you're selling at all, ever, Google Trends is an absolute must to just take a look at it all the time. Next thing is AliExpress. Obviously, we discussed this earlier in combination with Google Trends. The next really good method is Instagram influencers, and this is something that I use a lot and I have used in the past. You know, I've constantly used the same example over and over again. You know, you can type in various different terms and find various different big pages like this one, like Cats of Instagram. And if you go over all these different pages, you're going to eventually find out different ads and different products. What I do suggest you guys to do though is follow a bunch of these influencers. So what I want you to go and do now, if you're going to be using this influencer method to find new products, I want you to go out there and find about 20 to 30 pages. How do you do this? You literally type in the interest in the search bar, and then you just do what I just did. You go on the suggestive page right here, and you're going to find all the related influencers related to that. So follow all those 20 to 30 influencers, I can give you a few ones to start out if you want. This one I used to use in the past was Game Zone. I'm not sure where. There he is. This one, I used to advertise on this page all the time. I think I added it a few times. And, you know, you can go from this page and you can go from there. You can find some gaming pages, some general meme pages and stuff like that. They work really well because they have general audiences. So you will tend to find more you know, appealing products on these pages because it's a very broad audience, and you will find all sorts of products on these general pages. You can literally just type in memes, and you're gonna be finding really good products right here. As you can see over here, there's just a lot of, like, this is a very general page and high engagement page. So definitely keep an eye out for any advertisements that you're able to find on all these different pages. It's gonna take a little bit of time for you to find multiple advertisements, but they are out there. As you can see right now, boom. There's one, this guy's advertising their iTunes Apple link. If you go on everybody's link in bios, usually you will see some sort of product and some sort of service that you can really understand what's going on here. Like these guys are doing some CatCon 2019 product, some stuff like that. But you guys get the point. People advertise on Instagram all the time, and it's very easy to find products on Instagram itself. The next really good thing, Google search. Bummer, right? Nobody thought about that, right? You can literally type in .myshopify.com and then a plus after it, and you will see so many niches, whatever the fuck it is. You'll be seeing so many different markets just pop up in your face, and even if you have no idea what to pick, boom, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different ideas, and these are just not random lottery picks. Google is picking these different these different niches based on what's searched the most. And if you look carefully, all these are winning niches. You can literally go in one of these niches and make $1 million and come out, literally. So Google is amazing. I want to combine this with my strategy for image search plus best-selling code trick. I really want to talk about this real fast. So what we basically do here is first we do this .myshopify.com plus, and if you go for anything, for example, let's just go with watches over here, and you'll find a shit ton of watch stores for Shopify. So what you want to do is you want to go on one of these stores, and you want to go ahead and, if you guys know, you guys can just paste a best-selling code to find a best-selling product. And once again, I'll be including all these things in the description, but it's basically right here. It's not some super secret trick. It's collections, this code right here, collection/all sort by best-selling, and you'll be able to find their best-selling products right here. So what you can also do at this point, you can see all these are AliExpress products. I don't think these guys are making that many sales. And it's a good way to find out if you're looking at the right competition. So you can go on this website called similarweb.com, and over here you can go ahead and type in their store name. Usually this works better with bigger pages, like if you can find some really shops which don't look as bad as this. But this will still show up anyway. It's gonna show you the ranking of the. So they're not that bad. I mean, they're no, never mind. They're not doing that well. But you will be able to see their global rank, their traffic. You can't see their traffic right now because they just don't really have any traffic. But you guys get the point. So this is a really good strategy to analyze different stores and products, and just understanding how a store is doing and just learn from them. Right, one more great example I want to share with you guys, and this is going to be the part of our minimal viable system strategy. Basically, this means that you have to do very low amount of work in a Shopify store, and you don't have to be perfect. So back in the day when I was doing Shopify, like getting started and stuff, my idea was, okay, you know what? I have to make everything right. My store has to be perfect. My products have to be the best products in the world. My shipping has to be the best in the world. And everything, what I do, my marketing, every single thing has to be just the best. And it should not have a single error. You know, I was looking at my pages, and everybody who was like doing more sales than me, I used to look at their sites and I was like, oh man, maybe they should have a better design than me. Maybe they have a better description than me. And even though it wasn't the case, it wasn't really the description. It was just that I wasn't focusing on the marketing and the basic stuff enough, all right? Don't be trapped in this sort of perfectionism sort of mentality that, okay, you have to have everything perfect. And what happens then is when you're trying to get so many things perfect, you forget the main two things which you need to just do. And, you know, it's because of all these stupid things, you end up messing the entire thing up. So what do I mean by this? Mainly look at this website right here, Little Style Shop. This is the perfect example of a store. And this should give you a lot of confidence right here. So what is this shop? This shop is doing around $1 million or more a month. I'm probably going to make a case study on the shop, eventually. But this is really, really interesting because if you look at the shop, they have no logo, all right? They have very, very basic website. They're using a debut theme. So like I said in the past, you don't really need to pay a theme to succeed with Shopify, and this is a living proof of that. And if you look at their product page, they're not really that overwhelming. There's nothing, you're not really blown away by this website as much. It's very simple. You know, they have the currency converters, they have their, quantity breaks, and they have their add to cart, stuff like that. Let me just change this back real fast. And you can see they have a pretty normal description. They have why do I need this, and the sizing instructions and stuff like that. And they have why body wellness and stuff like that. So if you look carefully, it's not really that big of a deal. Another big thing is that these guys understand that this is only the website version. So if you actually go for the mobile version, it's different. You can just press F12 and then go over here on these two little mobile phones, and you'll be able to do the mobile version of the website. And you can see it looks really good on mobile. Like on desktop, it had all the white space, but in mobile, there's literally no white space. And it looks like a really, really professional website, despite of looking really weird on desktop. And that's completely what they're doing right here. And this is the perfect example of a minimal viable product. All they have right now is a website with no logo, all right? A normal, okay images, normal okay headline, good description, add to cart button, a little upsell right here, and that's it. No flashy countdown timers, no flashy, sales or pop-ups or multiple pop-ups or anything like that. Everything's chilling. I mean, they have this little one pop-up over here, but that's about it. And it's not like super overwhelming for you, like if you look at websites like, let's just say, let me think, I'm not saying these websites are bad. Like let's just look at Gucci, right? And if you look at Gucci, you'll be super blown away, like, oh my god, there's so much going on. Oh, they have all these crazy cool animations, and they have these really long description pages, and their website looks insane. You can tell by just 1 second how insane this website looks. But right here, if you look at if you compare these, it's very not overwhelming to you. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you guys don't need the perfect websites to do this. The reason these guys are making over $1 million a month, look at their stats. Look at this. So they had in March, they had a million in visits. Okay, April they had 520K visitors, and just last month, May, 860K visitors again. And this is a very consistent site. These guys have been going on for a year or more now, and their best product is this posture corrector right here, which has been their best seller for a while now. And how did I find that? Once again, the same code. Go in the description down below. Check it out if you still don't know about it, all right? And if you look carefully, they have 172 products. So they probably have gone through a lot of tests before they were able to find this product. But the main point being made here is that you don't need the best website in the world to make $1 million a month, okay? These guys are making at least $1 million a month with the amount of traffic they're getting and the country rank and global rank they have. They have a 3,000 rank in the category computer electronics and technology, which is insane. Like, having a top 3,000 rank in a category is insane. Much less having a global rank of top 100K is also insane. So this is really important to know, because this should give you guys confidence about, okay, does that mean we don't have to make an insanely well store anymore? That's true. You just have to make a very minimal store which works. That's it. People don't really care about you being the best ever at making stores. They just care about having a professional store which looks a little bit professional, not shitty. Your store can live just by being not shit. It doesn't have to be the most flashiest fucking star store ever. This looks so ugly. But it doesn't have to be the best store in the world. It can just be a little one-trick small store, just just very basic, and it's still gonna work out for you. Please get this through your head. You really need to understand this. These guys are making $1 million a month with no logo. Okay, let that sink in for you. How many hours have you ever wasted on logos? Once again, I don't want this to mean like, oh, you should never make a logo or never make your website work. You can, but don't think that's the main reason for your success or failure. It's definitely going to help you, but don't worry about it too much. That's what I'm saying. So once you have this minimal viable website, what I'm trying to say is just start it, okay? I see so many people just sit there for hours and hours and days perfecting every single thing they possibly can, All right, and then when it comes to launching the store, they do dog shit for the store, and boom, like people just completely don't understand that you don't need to put in as much work up front as possible. You can just get away with a minimal viable website, which is just good enough to just start working, and you can take it to a very, very high level. And that's the main understanding from this, all right? And that's the main reason why I showed you guys the website, for motivation and inspiration. Now let's get to the marketing section. It's going to be a little bit, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible because it's going to probably take a while if I don't. So let's go with testing and scaling. That's what marketing is. You're basically getting your buyers, you're finding your buyers in a market and putting them towards your product funnel. And they're going towards your store. They're going to buy your product depending on if they are interested in your product or not. So what do I suggest you guys to do for marketing and scaling? So first of all, what I suggest for Instagram is you want to go for, if you're a low budget person and you have low budget right now, you're starting out, just want to get started drop shipping, Instagram is for you because the margins are really good and you can start with a very low amount. You can find an influencer page, which I just showed you earlier, and pay them like $50 or $10, $20 to put a shout out or a story shout out for your picture. So you can just DM the influencer your image of your product and then DM them the link of your website. So right here, this is going to be your link of your website. And you go ahead and link them and boom, you're making sales. Super simple, nothing really complicated about it. If you don't know how to make a store, there are many videos online, plus there's videos on my channel how to make a store. And then all you really have to do is make an Instagram account, contact these influencer pages and ask them how much they charge for a shout out. That's it. That's literally it. That's like, I wish I could make it a bit more complicated, but it's not that complicated. All you literally are doing is DMing influencers, paying them for them to post a picture for you, which leads their audience to go to your website. Simple as that. And this works really well, but I'm also going to be talking about the pros and cons and how to go about it with testing and scaling, like everything. So that's just for testing. Keep it simple and don't overthink your influencers. I see so many people like, oh, should I go with like every single thing? Are they good or bad? Should I look for how many likes? Okay, you should look for likes and engagement, but don't overthink it. Okay, if you see an Instagram account with 100K following or 1 million following, and you see 20-30K likes, that's cool. All right, as long as you see a bunch of likes and comments coming on the influencer, it's fine. The only time you don't want to go with one is when you see like no likes or like hardly, obnoxiously low amount of likes coming on a page or low amount of comments coming on a page. All right, you don't have to really dig too deep in that. Now the cons for this is time consuming. You have to influence, like you have to DM every single influencer every single day. You can become a slave to that, and I don't like that. That's why personally. But in the beginning, definitely worth it. For scaling, however, it's very inconsistent. Because think about it, when you're making money from this influencer, you just send this guy, let's just say you're making money with influencer Josh, all right? And Josh is right here, and let's just say he has a meme page, all right? And usually personal influencers work better than meme pages or any other influencers which have a page because people trust the person more than they trust the page. But let's just say you're going for a meme page and you're going to go DM them like, hey, I want to buy a shout out from you. And you're going to say, they're going to reply with their prices, okay, $20 for a story post. You're going to send them the video and done. All right, done. You spent $20 and you got back like a couple sales, you made back $80. Let's just say that. All right, you're chilling, you're partying, you're happy. And now you want to scale this up to, let's just say, you want to make a bunch more money. This is where the problem comes up because now you're going to have to DM 20 different pages in a single day. And if you have time and if you can afford to do that, definitely do it because this is the best strategy as a beginner to get into Instagram. I've literally done this to make my first 5 figures with Instagram before I transitioned to Google and Facebook. So there's nothing wrong with the strategy. I'm just saying that eventually, once you're at this level, you can find better strategies we're going to be talking about in a second. Obviously, it becomes very time consuming and influence saturation is a thing. If you post the same ad on the same page, eventually it's going to become very saturated and you're not going to be seeing the same results. Normally, the results with Instagram go like this, all right? On day 1, you're going to see a bunch of sales, and then if you have no shoutouts the next day, you're going to see no sales. Next day, again, you're going to see a bunch of sales because you put out like 3 shoutouts, then again, next day, no sales. The next day you might put 5 shoutouts out and it's going to go really up, and then the next day you're going to see no sales. And this is where the problem kicks in. When you see no sales at this point, you might think, oh, I'm just gonna promote on the influencer I promoted on this day and I'm gonna get the same results. Nope. You're gonna get half, if not less than half of the results, because the same audience has already seen that same ad multiple times from you. So what you want to do for that to avoid saturation from influencers is pretty simple. Change your ad creatives, change your images, maybe even change your products. All right, that's the main thing how you can avoid saturation, but mainly understand that influencers are just for starting out and testing. Okay, they're not really the best to go for scaling. Now let's go to Facebook and Google and what I did with it. So Facebook is a very passive advertising platform. When people are going on Facebook, they're not really going to look at your ads. They're mainly going there to socialize, and they look at your ads out of interest or out of curiosity. That's why having good ads on Facebook is super important. Now, I know I can't go over every single thing in all these platforms. I'm just giving you guys whatever information I can give you based on how quickly you guys can start making sales. For example, with the Instagram example, if you guys go out and find those products instantly with these strategies I just showed you to find the products, and you have a minimal viable store similar to this one because you watch those videos that I posted, or you just know how to make a store, and you make a very simple store just like this one, and now you promote on Instagram, you're gonna probably see some good profits coming in. And that's the whole point of the strategy. It's not about giving you a 10-hour course. I have that, but it's not about just teaching you every single thing about it and do it perfectly. I'm saying you can do it imperfectly and then get better as you go on. The biggest problem with people is they're not starting. I'm seeing a lot of people that are not starting at all, and I want you guys to start. That's why I'm making this mini course or whatever it is, right? All right, so let's continue. So with Facebook, it's good for higher budgets because you will lose money in the beginning when you're testing ad sets on Facebook. For example, right here, as you guys can, this is one of my campaigns today. And I want to show you all my campaigns real fast. This is one of my new accounts that I've been using. So right here, as you can see, on this campaign personally, this was an Instagram ad. This was about this was for a client. This wasn't for my own personal use, but I did this for a client. And as you can see, I got a bunch of link clicks on this. But these ads right here are the ones you should be looking at. This is one ad right here that I'm doing for Facebook. It's for my own new store that I've been working on. As you can see, one of the ads said I spent $22, got no purchases. This one I spent $96 and got back $236. This one I spent $18 and I didn't get anything back here. So this is kind of profitable. If you go over here, there's a lookalike audiences I'm testing right now. And this might sound complete fucking Chinese to you, but what we're basically doing right now is just testing multiple different audiences. And these are just 2 days. If I just show you, this was just from today. This is just from today. And if you look at today, I've got 2 audiences which are killing it right now, getting over a 2x return, but there's a bunch of audiences completely sucking shit. And that's just part of the process. You can't really blame Facebook. I know I can't go in the ad section because it's going to show up my store and my product and everything, but right now, as you guys can see, this is what Facebook really is, okay? You will lose money, but you will make back money eventually. That's how Facebook works. At the start, you will lose money, but what I'm doing right now is I'm purposely losing money to find out what doesn't work, and then say these 2 assets keep performing well, and then let's say these assets perform well as well, a couple of them. I'm just gonna keep the ones that are working, and I will take them to the next level. Meanwhile, I will cut off anything that is not working. For example, I'm gonna cut off one asset for you guys right now. Let's just see which one. Actually, right now it's too early to judge because I usually wait $40 spend before I cut off any ad set, but right now you can see this one's got $2 cost per click, and I've spent $25 on this, so I will definitely go ahead and pause this ad set. But other ad sets, they're not performing that bad. Let's just see this one. Okay, this one's got 6 clicks and $2 cost per click, so we're gonna cut off that one. So you gotta understand what I mean. It's just all right now, live in front of you guys. I just showed you how I'm pausing ad sets which are not working, and I'm keeping an eye on the ad sets that are working. So Facebook is just like that. That's why I said you need a bit higher budget for Facebook. I would say couple thousand dollars to start out with it, because you will lose money at first. Everyone does, okay? But the results, it will improve with data over time. All right, suspension problems are an issue with Facebook. You're constantly going to get suspended on your ad accounts. that's just part of the process. Can't really do much about that. You can make new accounts for that. Backup accounts are a good way of dealing with that. Then you have to test multiple audiences and creatives. Exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm testing multiple different audiences on this account. I'm testing multiple different, I'm doing engagement campaign right here to get likes and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm mainly testing a shit ton of audiences, and this is just day one. So I'll be testing way more audiences in the next couple days. But just to start out, I test like 14, 15 audiences just to test. And I know that these ads are going to lose money, but I know I will eventually find winners, and then I can just scale those ads to the moon. All right. Once again, a couple more things that happen with Facebook is that you have to deal with inconsistencies and maintain cash flow for lower margins. Because when you're spending 5K a day in Facebook and Stripe's paying you in like a week, it can be a little bit annoying. That's why I would suggest you guys get a credit card when you're doing Facebook ads. And of course, Facebook is the best platform with over 2 billion monthly active users because the scale is just dumb insane. It's like you can take one product and take it to 10 billion dollars a day. Okay, not that much, but like you can get it 10, 20, 50, 100K a day very easily with Facebook with 10-20% profit margins, and once you learn to scale it properly. So definitely, yes, Facebook is I would say wins in all these three for scaling. Instagram wins in starting out, and I think Google is kind of a hybrid of Facebook and Instagram. Let's go to Google real fast. So Google is very weird, but I love Google the most out of Facebook. Let's talk about Google real fast because I don't want to make this video too long. I think right now is pretty good timing. I'm hoping you guys taking notes. If not, I'm definitely gonna attach this link for you guys anyway, so you're chilling. Anyway, so what Google is, it's all warm traffic. People only look at your products when they're searching for them. That's why it's warm traffic. You target people based on their keywords. So what you can do I'm going to show you a real quick Google ad account right here, practical examples right here. This is one of my random accounts I just made. And as you can see, this is when you make a Google account, you just want to click on expert mode. You don't really want to fuck with this too much. What Google mainly does is it finds you. Okay, so right here, let's just create an account. Let me show you guys right now how it looks like. So we're going to make the billing country United States, whatever country you're in, and we're going to make currency USD. Always make the currency USD, just easier to deal with it and stuff like that. All right, so as you can see, this is Google. Nothing really, too overwhelming about Google either. Mainly what you do here is you create a campaign, and I know this is super brief. This is super, I have to go super in depth in this. But right now, as you guys can see, what we basically do here is we search and we create what's the best way to explain this? All we're doing with Google is, think of it like this. We're targeting the people who are on Facebook. We are targeting the people who are scrolling through the news feed and just checking some cat video, right? And then you just pop up in their face with your ad like that. So you're like passively advertising to them. But on Google, what happens is that when people search for something, that is when you pop up. So your ad pops up only when little Timmy types in, I want to buy a toaster, okay? Or something like that. I don't fucking know. But that's what happens with Google. When you type in that I want a toaster or anything like that, Google will go ahead and show up the Google ads, which are on demand. So they're not just showing up randomly. And in Facebook, you get charged per impression. That is, every time somebody sees your ad, you get charged. But in Google, you only get charged when somebody clicks on your ad, which is kind of why I like Google more, because it's more profitable of a platform than Facebook. But don't forget one thing, and this is probably the most important thing in the entire video. Every platform, I get this question a lot, what business to start, what platforms to market with. And the answer is that every single platform, and in fact, every single thing in life in general, has good and bad, okay? Nothing is all good and nothing is all bad. Everything has good things and bad things. Similar with these platforms, we live in a world of polarities. Everything is good and bad. Instagram, for example, is good for starting out, bad for scaling. Facebook is, kind of bad for starting out, good for scaling. And Google is similar. Everything has good and bad things. Just because Google has really warm traffic and easier sales does not mean it has as much money as Facebook does. And just because Facebook has more money than Google does not mean Facebook is as targeted as Google. So everything has their good things and bad things, and you have to really learn to, it's more about adapting. It's not about finding the best marketing platform to use. It's more about adapting to how a platform works and how something works, all right? So that's the main thing I want you guys to understand right away. So with Google, as you can see over here, I have a campaign ready for you guys just to show you real fast. Um, so what we do in Google, once again, like I just said, mainly we go on tools and this keyword planner right here, and we look for things. So for example, let's just say we want to sell a posture corrector. So we're going to type in posture corrector. And with Google, what happens is that we find all these average monthly searches. So this product has been searched 10 to 100,000 times a month. And this right here is money, because you can get in front of these people who are looking for this exact product, and you can put that product in front of them to make money. All right. So what does this mean? So much easier to learn and master compared to Facebook. Honestly, there's not much in Google. All you really do is just, create your text ad, select the keyword you want to target, put your budget, and you're done. That's the main things. You can add a bunch of other things, but when you're doing a shopping campaign like I do usually with Google Shopping and just Google display ads, it's not too much to learn. It definitely is like a bunch of stuff to learn, but it's much easier to learn than Facebook. All right, and this is going to be kind of an introduction to Google. I can't really teach everything about Google in just one video. That could be super, like, literally a whole new course. But okay, so as you can see, you won't have to worry about too many things. Like Facebook, you have to test so many ads every other day, every other week. But with Google, you're chilling, because everything is like, you could just have to make one ad and you're chilling. And it's text ads, so you don't have to worry about like image ads and stuff like that. So over here, suspension problems are still there. Google still has problems with suspensions. You can get banned for payments and different reasons. All platforms have some sort of problem when it comes to anything. So even Google gets suspended sometimes, but like I said earlier, it's about adapting to those problems, not having a perfect platform. Lastly, Google has much lower scalability than Facebook. Even though it's so nice and it's hot traffic and warm traffic, you're not going to be able to scale as much compared to Facebook. And your products are limited to search volume only. So if you go on your search volume and you don't find any sort of search volume, or you see a product which is not really getting any search volume, you're not really going to be able to advertise it on Google. However, on Facebook, you can go ahead and target any product in the world and make it viral. So definitely Google's disadvantage right there. And you can't really do any video ads on Google unless you're using YouTube as a platform. So there you have it. On Instagram, I think I've covered literally everything somebody possibly could in a 45-minute time span about every single thing about product research. We went over finding your products, understanding what kind of websites work, and you don't need the perfect website all over. And we also learned, how to go about with Instagram marketing, how to go about with Google marketing, the basics, and Facebook, how Facebook works. And now we're gonna just really quickly just summarize what I did personally. So what I did personally with I did the same things I just talked about for the past 40 minutes. I'll just show you the way I did it. So I found my product using research of AliExpress plus Google Trends and looking at Instagram promotions. Literally what I showed you guys above right here, this is exactly what I used to find my product. You do not need a paid software, okay? Once again, pointing that out, just pointing that out. I started marketing with Instagram. With my first 10K or so, I just made $10,000 doing Instagram promotions, and that kind of got me there. Switch to Facebook ads for retargeting and Google Search Plus retargeting. I just made campaigns like this, but they were retargeting the customers that I had, people who were visiting my website for the past 40 days. Scaled Google way more than Facebook, since the product had loads of search volume, because the product that I was advertising back in the day was in the keyword planner had like 1 million searches per month, and that was really good money. Plus, one more thing, the Google Trend Graph was also going up for that product. Like I showed you guys earlier, the Google Trend Graph was around at this point. It was going to hit its peak. Right here, I started promoting it. Once again, what I just showed you guys earlier, right here in the product review strategy and power validation strategy, write these things down. They're worth gold. And at the end of the day, recommend what I'm going to do in a second after this. So what I did was scaled way more with Google than Facebook. This is a product had loads of search volume, and all I did on Google was literally just raise my campaign budget. Literally, like, there's not much you can do on Google anyway. All you really do is just raise your campaign budget, and you just go from there, kind of. And that's basically it, guys. Like, find the product, go on Instagram, go on Google, and just keep doing it the way I showed you guys right here. These strategies right here, I applied them on Google and Instagram and Facebook. And I know I'm not going too detailed with Google and Facebook yet, but I will be going even more detailed. But this is kind of the rough overview. In Facebook, it was just testing and scaling, and Google, it was just finding the keyword, testing the keyword, and putting in the money in that campaign with the keyword. That was literally it. So just to show you guys a little bit of insight on Google Ads as well, you guys can, this is my Google Shopping campaign that I was using in these months, and as you can see, I spent around $57,000 in this ad account alone. My average cost per click was 24 cents. My CTR was 0.78%. And if you look at my conversion, let's just go on all. You can see, wait, this is just conversion. Let's go over conversion value, all. And this is very inaccurate. Google does not track your conversions really well. I did not make $1.2 million from my campaign. I really wish I did, but I probably got like a 5x or 6x return from just Google alone, and this combined with Facebook ads and a little bit of Instagram. Mainly Google. This is what I wanted to show you guys. I keep saying mainly Google. You can see most of my traffic came from mobile phones, and I spent 50 grand on mobile phones, 2 grand on tablets, 4.8 on computers. We had a lot of impressions, yeah, like a hella, like 27 million impressions on mobile phones. And yeah, like I said, mobile phones are where most of the traffic comes from, guys. That's where it's at. But yeah, it's not that hard. Mainly my locations were United States. I promoted in the United States. This is just a day and hour. That doesn't really matter as much. But most of my sales were like, this is IST, so my sales were mainly from 12 p.m. and onwards with my peak. I would think 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. was my peak. But yeah, this is a little quick sneak peek inside the Google Ads campaign. This was a shopping campaign. I'm going to slide a little bit to the right here. It's paused now because I'm not running it anymore. And right here, as you can see, it's a shopping campaign. So yes, these work really well with Google as well. That's it for this. I hope that was helpful. And what I'm doing now in the future, and what I recommend you guys to do, is this. Combine Facebook ads and lookalike audiences, which is the people who already come to your store, with Google retargeting. And I know this sounds super fucking Chinese. What I'm trying to say right now is just combine Facebook and Google together, you know? You can use both these platforms for scaling and use Instagram for starting out. That's the ultimate weapon. That is your ultimate weapon to go to the next level. And this is exactly what I'm going to be teaching in my course, which I'm working on right now. It's going to be out probably soon. I just keep shutting it down over and over again because I keep thinking it's not at its best state that it is. So right now I've just completely shut it down. You can't find the link. But when it's going to be out again, it's going to be out again. But for now, this is all you guys need. Once again, summarizing what you guys need to do: find the product step by step using the strategy. All right, get a minimum viable store so you are ready to work with the store. Start promoting on Instagram influencers the way I showed you earlier. Okay, move on to Facebook advertising, and if you want, you can even do Google advertising. But for now, I would just say stick with Facebook advertising and keep moving up that way. And I will make a second part of this video going much more in depth in Facebook and Google. All right, so there we go. There you guys have it. That's my how I did 250K in 3 months with one product. And yeah, I really hope you guys found a lot of value in this video. This took a while to make. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm back, and I'm gonna try my best to add as much value to the channel as possible. Again, guys, thank you so much, and I'm gonna see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Building walls to burn them down, cannonballs to watch me drown. You've got me lost in here and now. You've got me gone and lost and found. We only hang in evenings and I don't know what I'm thinking, but I know that I won't think it if I keep up with this thinking. All these dreams and all these plans we shared.